pleasure to host all of you. But before we proceed ahead, few guidelines for this webinar. First and foremost, please keep yourself on mute. Please do not switch on your audio. If you want to ask any questions, I'll give you time in the end. At that point of time, you can unmute yourself and ask. In between, please do not unmute yourself. It will disturb me. It will disturb my chain of thought. So that's a humble request. Second is regarding your video. Also, please keep your video off, because whenever you switch on your video, the host can see you, and sometimes I can get distracted, and there are 100 people in the room. They will all be seeing you. So in the end, if you want to show your face and ask questions, you're most welcome. Third thing is, please, there are some children who are already started drawing on my screen. Anybody start doing that, I will have to remove you from the meeting. As simple as that. So please do not do drawings on the screen. This is not required. Please don't do that. Somebody's already drawn one line over here. Next thing is, please, you do not use the chat for any unwanted things. Over is escape. Please do not draw that. I will have to remove you from this webinar. So another thing what I was talking is, please do not use the chat anything else other than asking questions, and that too only towards the end. There was an instance where I was doing a webinar and there were some children who were using abusive languages on the chat option. Unfortunately, I didn't see it because I was busy conducting the webinar. Somebody later on told me I had to trace those addresses and lodge a police complaint. So please be sure that you don't write any nonsense on the chat. If you have any queries towards the end, you are most welcome to put whatever you want in the chat option. Other than that, please do not use the chat option. Please leave it blank. When I ask some questions, you are most welcome to put the answer in the chat. So before we go ahead, let me just ask you all, where all have you logged in from? Shweta has already raised your hand. Beta, I have not started the webinar. You already raised your hand. Please wait for the end. I will be able to take your questions only in the end. So, my question to all of you, please write down in the chat, where all have you joined in from, which all locations. So I would like to know, where are you sitting, whether you are in Delhi, Pune, Hyderabad, Kerala, wherever you are all sitting, please put it down so that I would like to know where all you are from. Okay, Jaipur, Mumbai, Delhi, Himalayas. Wow, who's this sitting in the Himalayas? Siliguri, Delhi, Vizag, Latur, Punjab, Chennai. Somebody saying no sound, Bhopal, Panchkula, Hyderabad, lovely. Uncle, I'm Alden friend. Okay. Patna, Bangalore, Chandigarh, Kochi. Okay. Secunderabad, Dehradun. Fantastic. Okay. Thank you so much. Karnataka. Okay. Somebody just mentioned they're not able to hear my sound. There is something wrong with your audio setting because everybody else is able to hear me. So there might be some problem with your audio setting. So please check that. So that is all I can say. So now coming to the webinar today, my aim will be to, in next 1 hour, my aim is to make you understand what is the options which is available after. Okay, I'll just go to the preview. What are I going to talk in the next 1 hour? I'll try and wind it up by 8 o'clock. After that, you can ask your questions. Okay, so first I'll be covering what are the various options which is available after 10th and 12th. What is this arts, science and commerce stream? How to choose my stream and subject. So after you've finished your 10th and 12th, what is the most best way and how your decision to take these subjects, that is your stream or your professional course or the subjects after your 10th and 12th, how to take that. Next is career counseling. That is, since I am a career counselor, I'll be talking of what is career counseling and how you'll be benefited by career counseling. That's what I'll be able to convince you or tell you. Next is, what is the psychometric aptitude test, which I generally put through the children. And last May, I'll be taking on the question and answers. So already I started getting messages from people that they are not able to join. I don't know. This 100 strength is the maximum I can recording this. You can watch this on YouTube. So we come to the first section, and what all options are available after 10th and 12th. Okay. So first and foremost is we have basically 4 streams after you finish your 10th. But let me clarify here one thing. As far as CBSE is concerned, CBSE does not say that you are supposed to take science stream, medical stream, or non-medical stream. As far as CBSE is concerned, they give you 34 options of subject. One subject is compulsory, that is English. 11th and 12th, as far as CBSE is concerned, English is compulsory. Rest, any subject combination you can take. CBSE does not say you have to take PC. If you're taking biology, you have to take physics and chemistry with that. No. If you're taking math, you have to take physics and chemistry along with that. No. CBSE is very, very flexible. But what happens is the schools do not permit that. And there is a reason behind it. 2 reasons behind it. One is from the school point of view. Suppose there are 30 children in one class and there are 20 different combinations. Like I am a student, I am taken psychology, geography, history, biology, and physics. The other student is taken political science, history, physics, chemistry, biology, and physical education. So what happens is if there are a lot of 30 students in a class and there are a large number of combinations, then it becomes impossible for the school to manage the subject classes, because if there are 30 students with one combination, then the teacher will come, teach, and go. But if 20 different combinations are there, it becomes very difficult administratively to manage those classes. So that is why most of the schools are not able to give you the flexibility in 4 subjects. Generally, 3 basic subjects, English. The 5th subject, generally they give you an option. So that is why it is happening like that. So that is one. Second thing is, as a student's point of view, when you look at it, if suppose I take a combination like I've taken political science, biology, physical education, psychology, and English. Now, when I go after 12th, I am not eligible to write the NEET entrance examination. I am not eligible to write the JEE entrance examination. If I want to go into economics, I do not have maths, because with economics, majority of the universities ask for maths. So what happens is, if you do that mix and match in 11th and 12th, which is not those traditional combinations, then what happens is you will face problem when you go for graduation. So that is why these streams are made. So it is for the benefit of the student also, it is benefiting the school as well. So here we can see that all of you know that there are medical stream, non-medical, that is the engineering stream, commerce, and humanities. Now, first we will talk about science. In science, there are basically 3 major paths. One is engineering and architecture, for which you require PCM. Medical sciences, that is PCB, physics, chemistry, biology. And then pure sciences of like research, where I am a science student, I don't want to go into engineering or medicine, then I go into pure science of like research. So first we'll talk about engineering. There are a lot of common specializations in engineering, like computer, mechanical, electrical, manufacturing, chemical, information technology, and all those. In addition to that, there are some more. Nanotechnology, these are the latest ones. Instrumentation, marine, plastic, metallurgical, biomedical, mining, energy, petrochemical, environmental, and aerospace. In addition to these, there are 2 of them which is very, very upcoming today. And one is artificial intelligence engineering, and the second one is robotics engineering. So a lot of bright students are going into this, and this field is very, very high in demand now. And a lot of engineering colleges have now started offering courses in artificial intelligence engineering and robotics engineering at the BTech level itself. Next is architecture. So there are a lot of students who come and tell me, sir, I want to build beautiful buildings. I'm very fond of doing up my room. I am very fond of dreaming of making beautiful landscapes. So that is where an architect is born in the mind. So they are the real creators of buildings, and this is generally looked up as an elite profession. Okay, because you are generally dealing with crores of rupees. Now, to get into this, basically there are 2 entrance examinations. One is the JEE mains. After JEE mains, there is one paper called the PR, that's the paper 2 for architecture only. In case you are planning to go into architecture, then you need to take the paper 2 in JEE. and NATA, that is National Aptitude Test for Architecture. Now, another thing which some of you might not be aware, in case you want to go into architecture, physics, chemistry, maths is mandatory in India. For last 3 years, this has been made mandatory. And if you want to go for Bachelor of Architecture, BR, Bachelor of Planning, if you want to go. So if you want to go for architecture, PCM is compulsory. But if you are looking only at planning, Bachelor of Planning, then only maths is compulsory. So this change has come about 3 years back. Some of the students are not aware, because recently I came across a student who was saying she wants to do architecture and she had maths. She didn't know that you require PCM for going to architecture. But then there are options available abroad. In case you want to go abroad, then just with pure math, just with maths, you can do architecture. Next is, if you take the PCB, that's the medical stream, what are the options? So the first option which is available is MBBS. You have to enter it through the NEET undergraduation exam. AMS is Ayurveda, BU, MS is Bachelor of Unani, HMS is Homeo Medicine, and BVSC is Bachelor of Veterinary Sciences. Then dentistry, nursing, occupational therapy, microbiology and virology, and pharmacology. So these are the options which is available in as far as PCB stream is concerned. Of course, there are pure sciences also available, but if you want to become a doctor, allied medical sciences, there are so many of them, like nursing, dentistry, and all those. In addition to that, we have Ayurveda, Homeo, Unani, veterinary science, BPT is Bachelor of Physiotherapy. And now a good thing which has happened is, for all the medical entrance, but there is only one entrance examination for all the medical colleges. Earlier, there were different entrance examination. AIMS had a different entrance examination. Some states had different entrance examination. But fortunately, now with one entrance examination, that is NEET undergraduation, you can appear for medicine, or any of the allied medical sciences also are generally looked to the NEET scores. So that is one good thing which has happened in the last 4-5 years. Now comes the pure science option. So what happens is, I am a science student. I don't want to go to engineering. I don't want to go to become a doctor or allied medical sciences. Then what do I do? So here comes the specialization field, that is physics, chemistry, mathematics. Now what all can you do? You can do astrophysics, astronomy, biophysics, fluid physics, geophysics, molecular physics, nuclear, optical. If you are very good at chemistry, you can do analytical chemistry, biochemistry, inorganic, nuclear, physical, theoretical chemistry, and mathematics. There is a beautiful institution called, not beautiful, it is a fantastic institution called CMI, Chennai Mathematical Institution, which is the best institution if you are very good at maths and you just want to do research in maths. So recently I read an article where it was read that a lot of students are not opting for IIT, but they're preferring to go to Chennai Mathematical Institute, because it is in fact ranked as good as IITs, or in some cases above IITs, whereas when it comes to pure mathematics. So that is about pure sciences. So what are the courses which is there in pure sciences? You can do applied honors in, or majors in physics, similarly in chemistry, then mathematics, and you can also do mathematical sciences, honors in mathematics. So these are the pure science options, which is science or mathematics options, which is available to you after your 12th standard. Now comes the options in commerce. I mean, what happens is, I come across a lot of students, they go to commerce because of a simple reason. Somebody scared them. Hey, don't go to science. You know, science mein bahut khatra hai, bahut padna padega. Don't go to science. Okay. So that is one. Second is, they don't want to go to humanities because somebody's told them humanities only for buddhu people. People who are not very good at studies, they only go to humanities. I'm not saying, somebody else is saying. So then they say, okay, let me go to the safer path. Let me go into commerce. I'm not against you going into commerce, but commerce is a fantastic field. It's got huge amount of opportunities. Go into commerce if you are really passionate about some of these ticks. If you have, then go into commerce. Do I like to play with numbers? Do I have good computing skills? Do I have the ability for analyzing numerical data? Do I have good knowledge of economics and investment? Do I have sound knowledge of management and general marketing? Do I like to work for several hours per day? Because majority of the commerce students, when you go into economics, you have to sit in front of the computer screen for 10 hours in a day. So if you are an extrovert and love traveling and moving around and you're a very bubbly person, so commerce might not be the right choice for you. Okay, am I ready to learn and adopt new methodologies? So these, if some of the answers to this is yes, then you can go into commerce. But don't go to commerce just to escape from science and because somebody is going to tease you, you are going to humanities. I'll talk about humanities. I've got huge amount of respect for humanities, and let me tell you, there are huge amount of opportunities in humanities also. Okay, I'll talk about that later. So how can you get into commerce after 12? You can go in from science, arts, economics, computer science, engineering. So commerce is basically an neutral field. Like humanities, you can go into commerce at graduation level from any stream, but there are certain combinations which is required. Like if you want to go for economics honors, majority of the universities say that you should have had maths in 11th and 12th. There are some universities will give you exemption that okay, you don't have maths, but if you have not studied maths in 11th and 12th, it will be almost impossible for you to do well in economics. So these are the various problems or connections you have with certain subjects. So you need to understand that, because large number of times I've seen students is go pick up some subjects without the right guidance. You have to first see what career I want to make, what is my dream career, and then you need to do a reverse engineering from there. So this is where I want to go. So what are the subjects which will be required? What are the subjects in which I need to study? And then you have to see what are the subjects I'm good at, which I can really take and score marks and go there and do well in my career. So you have to do a reverse engineering sometimes. Then comes what are the options in commerce. So if you don't want to go into the number side, then you can go to the management side. So commerce is basically can be divided into two sides. One is the number side and another is management side. So management side means if you're going for a BBA or Bachelor of Management Studies after 12th. So in management, basically during the BBAs, there is not much of specialization. There are some colleges which started, like I was seeing BBA in digital marketing, BBA in entrepreneurship. So some of the new colleges have started this trend of specialization at the BBA level itself. But mostly the specialization happens at the MBA level, that is the master's level. So you can look at management in finance, marketing, human resource, operations, and just a number of other opportunities like entrepreneurship, digital marketing, retail marketing, brand management. So this is about management. Other is the number side. So if you're a commerce student, you're good at maths, so probably you will love to go into a place where you are very good at numbers. So the first and very important field and a very upcoming field is chartered accountancy, CA. I'm sure most of you would have heard of. So if you want to become a chartered accountant, you can go for the foundation course right after your 12th standard. So you have to do the foundation, you have to do the intermediary, and then you have to do the executive. If you are a good student, in about 4 years' time, after your 12th, you can complete your chartered accountants. Some people say maths is mandatory in 11th and 12th to become CA. Some people say it might not be mandatory, but let me tell you, you have to be really good at maths. If you are not good at maths, you cannot look at chartered accountancy. And here again, I can say about chartered accountancy, the foundation is generally easy. But so about 80-90% of the students who go in to join chartered accountancy clear the foundation course. But the intermediary and the executive or the articleship, whatever we call it, is difficult. So you need to study and work hard really well. You need to remain focused. So what are the options which you have after becoming a chartered accountant? You can go into banks, you can do public limited companies, auditing firms, finance companies, investment companies. You can do your own practice or you can go into legal firms also. Now comes the another one, which is company secretary. Large number of you must not have heard of this field called company secretary. Now, company secretary is a legal expert who is supposed to ensure compliance in house. Okay, so what happens is a company secretary is part of the managerial board or the management of the company. Even though you are an employee, but you are in the directorial board of the company, so you have much more powers. You are the one who ensures that all the compliances are followed by the company. So this is a very powerful post compared to chartered accountancy, because when you are a CA, your role is only for checking whether the company is making good profit. Your role is only limited to financial aspects. Financial aspects mean uh, you guide the company, you advise the company on how to increase the profit, how to reduce the expenditure. However, as a company secretary, you are supposed to look after the legal side, the compliance side, the security side, capital market, governance, everything you are responsible. So when you become a chartered company secretary, where all you can be employed, you can be companies with any company which is having a paid up capital of more than 5 crores is supposed to compulsorily have an in-house company secretary. So you just give me a second. I need to mute someone. Okay. So what happens is okay. I hope all of you are able to hear me, right? So somebody is saying not able to hear again and again. I hope I'm not on mute. No, I'm not. Okay. So a company secretary is the one who is supposed to ensure the compliances, and you have a very powerful post there. Now coming to the next one, which is actuarial science, actuarial science. So majority of you would have heard of this career, because this is one career which is, I wouldn't say it is new, it has been in the market for quite some time. This is one of the highest paid jobs in commerce. For this, what is actuary? It is basically someone who clears, again, it is like a chartered accountancy or a company secretary course, where after 12th, you go into the foundation course and then intermediary, and then you clear the final. There are about 14 papers you have to clear. And once you clear this, you're the ones who are the financial advisors or the economic investment or the risk involved in any investment. You are the one who's going to calculate it. So this is again a very upcoming career and one of the highest paid jobs in the market today, because people who have cleared actuary are very few in the market. For clearing actuary, you have to be firstly very good at mathematics. So whenever I'm talking about commerce, mathematics is integral part of commerce. So you understand, if you want to run away from maths and come into commerce, it is not done, because commerce without maths, the majority of the options will close for you. So you have to be good at mathematics and statistics. Remaining, it's not very difficult. Here, you need to have very deep understanding of maths and statistics, a combination of that. So you can be employed as insurance companies, firm of consulting actuaries, then asset liability management, pension banks, employee benefit companies. So basically, if you have cleared the actuaries exam, you can work independent also. All major financial dealings by big companies are advised by the people who have cleared actuarial science. Something like, if I can give an example, about a year ago, you would have heard Geo had invested 10% in Facebook. So when that kind of investment, which is huge amount of money which is invested, so people who have cleared actuary are the ones who are going to calculate the risk. Okay, we are going to invest $10 billion or $10 million into this. So how much is it going to increase? What is going to be our company share after the investment, before the investment, or how our money is going to grow? So that is where the people who have cleared actuary going to be helpful. Now, some other career options in commerce. So if you are good at numbers, again, accounting, auditing, finance, stockbroking, taxation, insurance, and banking. So these are the other options which you have in commerce. So like I said in the beginning, commerce is a very vast field. Don't jump into commerce because you want to run away from science. Don't do that. But what I will recommend is get into commerce for the love of maths or the love of numbers or for the love of management. So that is my recommendation for commerce students. Now comes into careers in arts and humanities. Okay, so like I said in the beginning, a lot of students who think that okay, whoever goes to humanities. Very yesterday only, I met this student. She I found was made perfectly for humanities, but because of pressure from other people, she took physics, chemistry, biology. She's about to complete her 12th. She's struggling in PCB. So, but I found that student would have done fantastic in humanities. Her languages were fantastic. She was very strong in articulation. She is very good at debate, elocution, and very bubbly character. So I would have loved to recommend her after 10th, go into humanities. If you are very good at language, if you are very good at talking, law is a very good option. Psychology is a very good option. Journalism, mass media, communication, n number of opportunities in humanities. But don't avoid humanities, or don't again enter humanities to avoid something. So these are the two things. So if you are good at history, these are the options which you have. If you are good in political science, now political science has suddenly become a very, very important subject, because if you don't understand how the governments function, what are the policies of the government or the international laws, you cannot do any kind of business. Recently, I attended a webinar of architectural school, and the principal was saying, along with architecture, they are teaching political science, because they said tomorrow when you open your company or you want to do huge shopping malls or buildings, if you don't understand the government policies, the public governance, you will not be able to do well. So, along with architecture, they are teaching political science. So, political science is part of every aspect of your growth. So, and of course, when you have to sit down for UPSC civil service examination, if you want to become an IAS, IPS, IFS officer, so political science is a very, very integral part of this entrance examination. So is history. Now coming to psychology. So, a lot of students, what happens is they love to talk. As a psychologist, I'm myself a psychologist. One of our primary tasks is to keep talking to your clients and make the other people also talk. So if you're very fond of talking, your English is good, you love to read others' mind. There are some students, before I start talking to them, they are already started reading my mind, and they're looking at my body language. How confident am I? How am I going to talk to them? What all questions are going to be asked with them? So there are some students who are very good at it. So psychology is a very interesting field, and if you think of psychology, don't think only about clinical psychology, because large number of students say, "Oh, I don't want to go to psychology because I will be sitting with people who will be coming with sad stories. I can't afford to listen to so many sad stories in a day." It is not like that. You're good at sports. You love traveling. Go into sports psychology. These days, with so many leagues coming, badminton league, IPL, kabaddi league, football league, every team has got a psychologist along with them. So if you have done sports psychology, you can go into this. Industrial psychology. Today, every good company are employing psychologists to understand the human mind and to increase their sales. So this is, again, psychology is a very interesting field. Luxury brands are employing psychologists to find out how we can increase the sale by hitting the psyche of the human being. So this is a very, very interesting field. It is not only about clinical psychology. Somebody who's interested in child psychology, they can go in there. Forensic psychologist. So it's a very interesting field. So yesterday somebody had asked me what a forensic psychologist does. It's basically try to correlate. Forensic science is basically try to find evidence by the things which are there in the scene of crime, or trying to use material to solve a problem or solve a crime. And so when the psychologist is involved, they try to correlate the mind of the criminal and the circumstances or the material evidences which has been collected from that scene. So that is about psychology. So what all courses you can do? You can do honors, majors in history, political science, geography, anthropology, psychology, liberal arts, social work, English, French, German, Chinese. So two field, very interesting field I just want to touch upon here. One is anthropology. So anthropology was till about a few years back, people used to say, anthropology, what will I do after studying anthropology? It's a very, very outdated field. Today, if you have done anthropology, there are a lot of companies who love to pick you up because basically you study how the human beings behave. Okay, so that is the study of anthropology. How human beings have evolved and what is their behavior pattern over the period of time. So when there are people making societies, shopping complexes, then making various buildings or making various products, they are employing anthropologists to again study how human behave and then what we can do to increase their comfort level. So, simple ways of understanding how we can increase. When I'm making a society, there will be houses, there will be hospital, there will be school. So anthropologists are employed along with Bachelor of Planning or Architecture to understand how best we can make the society the best so that we can attract customers and sell our real estate very fast. Next is liberal arts, very interesting field. There are some fantastic universities which has come up in Indian soil. I can name some of them. The best is Ashoka University, OP Jindal University, Flame University, Kriya University, Bennett University. So some of the liberal arts universities which has come up are doing really well on the Indian soil. So then what is liberal arts? Liberal arts is basically a mix of various subjects. So liberal arts learning is again the foreign style of learning, something like a IB syllabus or a Cambridge syllabus, where you learn by exploring, you learn by experimenting, you learn by researching, you learn by doing. And all these liberal arts graduations are 4 years graduation, where the 4th year is dedicated for research. So, and most of the subjects in liberal arts are more biased towards humanities like sociology, anthropology, psychology, history, political science, geography. And again, with that, so when you take some majors from humanities, there could be a minor which you can take from sciences also. So, as a graduate, you are studying biology with political science and psychology, or you can studying physics with anthropology and sociology. So this is basically a mix and match of subjects, and because of that, the liberal arts students are much more aware of the surrounding, and they are much more skilled. Rather than doing one subject, they are doing so many minors and majors. So when they pass out as a graduate, they have so much of skill sets. So that is about courses in humanities. So again, I want to break two myths. 60% of the UK leaders in business, politics have arts degrees. So, and only 15% has got technical degrees. So the art graduate is always a better leader. And let's kill two myths. Art is only good for academically weak students. No, I do not agree. There is huge potential in humanities. Art is only good for girls. Again, I do not agree that. But if you're good in language, you love to explore the world, you love to travel, like become a journalist, you like adventure, again journalism, you love to talk a lot, psychologist, you love to investigate a lot, you can become a lawyer. So this is a fantastic field. So some of the neutral career options which you have: liberal arts, hotel management, economic, design, law, media communication, means you can go in from any field. Now comes the $1 million question: why should I choose the dream career? Okay, so all of you must be wondering, why is it important to choose my dream career? So if you look at this photograph, you look at this girl. This girl is not even knowing that she is almost her shoulder deep in water. Because what she's doing, she's so passionate that she's so engrossed in the work. So if you don't choose a career which you are passionate about, every day when you have to go to work, you'll be just pushing yourself. If you're passionate about your work, so it is written here, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a single day in your life. Okay, so this is something which I wanted to say. That is the reason why it is very, very important to reach your dream career. Choose something which is most appropriate for you. Of course, I will talk more about it. Again, like our former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam has said, dream is not what you see in the sleep. Dream is something that does not let you sleep. I tell all the students when they come for career counseling with me, I tell them what you should do is wherever you sit down for your studies in front of your table, you should have a focus plan, a short-term plan and long-term plan. So short-term plan is next 3-4 months, how you are going to spend your time, what time you're going to get up, what is your study time, what is your enjoyment time, and all those things. The next one is your long-term plan. So if you are not cleared your 12th standard, so you should have a plan. Okay, after 12th standard, I want to see myself there. I want to see myself in IIT Mumbai, or I want to see myself in National Defense Academy, or I want to see myself in National Law School, Bangalore. So that is the dream which you should write down, and you should think of it every day and start working towards it. Dream is not something which you see in your sleep. Dream is something which should not allow you to sleep. That should make you restless. Yes, I have to reach there. Let me work for it. That is where your dream will become successful. Now comes why career guidance is very important. So, if you see the statistics here, the first one, only one child out of 50,000 children in India gets career guidance. So, if you are one of those who decide to take the career guidance session, you are one of those very, very lucky ones who have been lucky to be given those option of career guidance and been told to you that this is the best choice for you. This is how your personality is. This is what your aptitude is. This is where your passion is lying, and this is where you stand. And this is how, and this is your dream career, and this is how you can go. So that is why career guidance is very, very important. Now, another statistics I want to give you: 50% MBBS students wants to opt out midway. I will bring out another statistics. There are 16 lakhs children who are writing MBBS or NEET undergraduation exam almost every year. Okay. Now comes how many vacancies are there? There are about 70,000 seats in MBBS, out of which, if you are in unreserved category, if you don't have any quota, and if you are one of those who will have to fit into the general category only, then what happens is you have to come in the first 20,000 rank to get into a decent medical college where you don't have to pay high fees. So 16 lakhs children, and you have to come within a rank of 20,000. So look at these statistics. So here, in spite of that, 50% of the students wants to drop out. I'll give a very, very classic case study over here. A lot of students do not know that if you go into MBBS, you have to study for 11 years continuously to become a good doctor. 4 years of MBBS and 1 year, 4.5 years of MBBS, 1 year of house surgeoncy, 5.5 years. Once you finish that, you start studying for MD and then 2 years of MD. And then again, you have to study and you have to go for super specialization. So it is a cycle of almost 11 years to become a good doctor. I'm not scaring you. I don't want you to come, say that, oh, I don't want to become a doctor. It is too long. No, it is not that. It's just that you need to know the reality before taking informed. That is why career guidance, a good counselor will give you informed choice. One more classic example or a case study I would love to bring out here. About last year, somewhere in October, about 6-7 months ago, I received a call somewhere around 11:30 in the night. I am very fond of sleeping early. I generally don't pick up my calls after 10 o'clock in the night. I generally go to bed around 10. So around 11:30, my phone was ringing. I generally keep the phone in another room. So when the phone was ringing, I thought there might be some emergency, something urgent. So I went to the other room, picked up my phone. It was an unregistered mobile number, so I picked up the call. So there was a parent on the other side. He said, introduced himself. He said he's calling from Chennai and there is something very urgent with his daughter and he needs to speak and it will take some time. I was half asleep anyhow. I said, there must be some emergency. That's why he's calling up 11:30 in the night and all those things. So this father narrated his whole story. He had traveled from Delhi. He belongs to Delhi. He's from a good business family in Delhi. From Delhi, he had traveled to Chennai along with his daughter, and they were about to take admission in a medical college for his daughter in Chennai. Now, this girl who has gone to take admission in MBBS in Chennai, throughout her life, she had kept on saying, I want to become a doctor, I want to become a doctor, I want to become a doctor. She appeared for NEET examination. She could not get a very good score. So, but the family was quite wealthy and they said, okay, fine, we are ready to pay that amount and we will buy you a seat. So, this father and daughter had gone to Chennai to buy the seat and put her in the hostel and then start her studies. So, when the process went on, when they reached Chennai and the fees was to be paid the next day, the girl started, started saying, Dad, I'm not too sure whether I want to do this course or not. I'm not too sure whether I want to become a doctor. She started speaking a different language. Then the father was very pissed off. The father and daughter started fighting with each other. He said, you've been talking about being a doctor throughout your life. Now you've come all the way till here. I'm ready to pay whatever is required and all this. Huge amount of fight going on. They spoke to their some family friend and they referred my name. They said, speak to Dylan Matthew. Probably you might find a solution from it. So that is how he got my number and he called me up in the middle of the night. Okay, so after I understood the whole story, I said, okay, fine. What I'll do is you relax now. I told the father, you relax. Give me about half an hour's time. Let me speak to your daughter. I asked him, is she awake? He said, yeah, she's awake. And she's in another room and she's almost in tears and all those things. Okay. So I said, give the phone to her. Let me speak to her. So I started speaking to this girl, got into her background, this, that, and all those. It took some time for her to open up and all those. We had a long conversation about her background, where all she studied, etc., and all those. After about 45 minutes of talk with her, what I could understand was, even though she was very keen on becoming a doctor, there were three great friends. This girl had two more very, very close friends, another two girls. So out of these three girls, two of them has taken admission in a foreign college in UK. And now she is come to Chennai from Delhi. So those two girls who's taken admission in UK are teasing her, hey, look at you, instead of coming with us to UK, which your parents can in any case afford. Now you are going to Chennai, you will be sitting there, you will have no friends, and this is not the career you're looking for. So they've been pressurizing this girl, and because of that, her mind started getting wobbling. So I asked her one final question. See, you know the pros and cons of joining medicine and this and that. Are you 100% sure that you are ready to take medicine? She said, no, uncle, I don't think I am not 100% sure. I don't think I'll be able to study for this long. And I don't think this is my calling. It was just that I had a dream at some point of time. Then the parents also told, okay, you become a doctor. There was a lot of family pressure and all those. They were from a business family. So most of them were in business. So everybody thought, we should have a doctor who will take care of our health and all this. So this girl was, sacrificed on the altar to become a doctor, not because she had a great aptitude for it. So she told very clearly, no, uncle, most probably I will not be able to survive here. It is. And I asked the father, have you paid the fees? He said, no, we are not paid the fees, but tomorrow we are supposed to pay the fees or else we will not get the seat. I said, book a ticket back to Delhi and just go back with her. Do not, thank God you have not paid the fees. Rest I will talk to you when you reach back Delhi. I've slept off after they reached Delhi. I explained to him, listen, if the child is not sure, you don't have to commit so much of money. If the child is not sure now, how is she going to manage the first 5.5 years in MBBS? After that, then she has to look at MD. And how much money you'll keep throwing? Now you can buy a seat. Again, for MD, a normal seat costs somewhere around 2 crore rupees. And then again, for super specialization, a similar amount of money. So I said it is not her calling. It was just that she was under pressure by family members or for whatever. So best is she's having great friends. She's already made up her mind that she can't stay away from her friends. Listen to her. After all, it is her life. She's got only one life. I think we need to do some compromise. The father was very cheesed off, but eventually he ended up accepting to what I recommended. And fortunately, that money, about 10 odd lakhs, was saved with that one phone call at 11:30 in the night. So this is what I want to bring out. Large number of times the students are not too sure about the career. They come under pressure from a lot of angles. A lot of students go into science because they're scared. If I take humanities, what will people think of me? Yesterday night, I spoke to a girl. She's not fit to go into science, but she's taking science. I had to do a lot of counseling separately with the parents, with the child, and eventually she's agreed to go into humanities. Today, I met a child who's in 12th. She's in PCB. Of course, I can't push her back to 11th standard. She's about to finish her 12th. But yes, after 12th, most likely, she's a very bubbly girl, very good in language and psychology. Like, she loves to read crime thrillers. She loves to read a lot of topics on psychology. And why not? Let her go in. So that is what I was talking about MBBS. Now comes the next one. 2,400 students dropped out of IITs. Again, it is a news which is about 2 years old. All of you, again, I'd like to bring to you the statistics. 12 lakhs children appearing for IIT every year. 11,500 seats in IIT. So it is only 1 out of 100 students going to IIT. And then after that also 2,400 children are dropping out every year. So look at the statistics in spite of so much effort. So you have to be very, very aware. What are you made of? What is your capabilities? What is your passion? How can we put all these things together? Third, or the last one, 1/3 of the professionals in India are career sleepwalking. Some of you will ask me, what is career sleepwalking? Career sleepwalking means you are right now working in a career, but you are looking for an opportunity to jump out of this career and follow something else, because this is not where you wanted to reach. So this is the statistics which we have. Now, whenever a student comes to me, I always tell them one thing. What you should do, you should first look at what problem you want to solve in the world. What is it that which is disturbing you? There are some who say hunger, poverty is really troubling my mind. So you can look at a career of becoming a chef, agriculturist, public policy, food technology and nutrition. There are some people who say waste. I hate to see so much of waste littering around. So you can work in reducing waste and recycling waste. So again, you can get into environmental economist, environmental law, public policy, anthropology, sustainability. So again, look at anthropology, very interesting field, even though a large number of us has written off this as a career, but now anthropologists are very high in demand. Public policy, political science is required at almost all the places. Next is pollution. Pollution is a big problem. Now, fortunately, a lot of electrical vehicles are coming, which is going to drastically cut down the pollution. So if you are very, very keen on solving this problem, you can think of becoming an automobile or petroleum engineer, environmental engineer, public policy, law. You can become a lawyer and fight for the cases. Next is safety. Safety means safety of material, safety of people, or the safety of country. It could be anything. Like, I am worried about the safety of my country. I would join the Army, Navy, or Air Force. I want to give protection to the society. I can join the Indian Police Service. I'm worried about the safety of materials or the data, and I can become a data scientist or a cybersecurity expert. So these are the various fields which you can look at when you are looking at your career. Just don't say, I want to become this. Look at what is your calling, what is your passion, because you will do wonders when you're passionate about something. Next is predict the future. 40% of the careers which you are hearing today will be irrelevant after 10 years. There will be absolutely new careers which will be coming up. So all of you would have been going through this pandemic and all of us are tied down in our houses. So a lot of fields like epidemiologist, virologist, bacteriologist, biochemist, microbiologist, these fields have suddenly become very high in demand because of this coronavirus. So you have to predict the future. What is the best for me? Today, in commerce, blockchain, cryptocurrency, smart money management, data security is very, very important. All e-commerce sites, data security is very important. I go to Amazon and I lose my account details from Amazon. I will never go to Amazon again. And I will tell another 10 people not to go to Amazon. So data security is very, very important. Or design, retail, and construction. There are 3D printing of houses. About a week ago, I read an article where they have 3D printed a house and people can live in that. So that is another one. Health sciences. So what I was mentioning was robotic surgeries. There is a surgeon sitting in US and doing a surgery in Delhi through robotics. Automated pharmacies, smart medicines, health monitoring, and transportation. So large number of times we have to predict what is going to be the future. A lot of students still about 5 years back, automobile engineering was very high in demand in almost all the IITs. But with new technology, the electrical cars coming, the electrical car parts are 1/10 of a diesel or a petrol car. So, the automobile engineer is going to be less in demand. Self-driven cars are coming. So, what is that technology? So, you have to predict what is going to be the future, or somebody, an expert, will be able to guide you to see what is the best upcoming streams for you. Now, I will just talk about career counseling. What is career counseling and how it's going to benefit you? But before we go there, I want you all to see a beautiful video on a similar topic. I hope you'll be able to enjoy it. And in case you're not able to hear the audio, please let me know. And I would love to show you I would like to connect this again with the audio. I'm sure you'll be able to hear the audio.
Hello, ma'am.
Where's the dress section? So I came last week. So I saw something. I just came to pick that up.
Ma'am, we don't have any dresses today. It's black t-shirt. We'll try. Please, ma'am. एक बार try तो कर लीजिए.
So you don't have anything else except black t-shirts?
बात है सारी तो शोरूम में खाली t-shirt. मरून ब्लेजर मेरे साइज में एक्सेल दिखा दीजिए.
I'm looking for jeans, shirt. I have a voucher जो आज expire हो जाएगा.
We've given jeans for alteration yesterday.
I'm looking for white formal shirt. Blazers तो अवेलेबल नहीं है. Black t-shirts है सर.
आज सिर्फ black t-shirt है.
Black and just XL size.
Yeah.
क्यों?
Why is that so? शर्ट दिखा दो, टाई दिखा दो.
कल तो ये नहीं था, आज अचानक.
तो ये वाउचर का मैं क्या करूँगी फिर?
Sir, but बहुत सी t-shirt. Once you try it, you will definitely buy it.
जीन्स तो मिलेगा ना हमारा.
मैम, आप हमें हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट बताएंगे कि क्या हमें क्या करना चाहिए. भैया क्यों दिमाग खराब कर रहे हो? नहीं लेनी ब्लैक टी-शर्ट.
Where's the manager?
Is your manager here? Can you call the manager?
अपने मैनेजर को बुलाइए प्लीज.
He's the manager.
The whole store has only one.
पहन सकते हैं.
मीटिंग में मैं क्या करूं? जो क्वालिटी से दिख रही है.
बिल्कुल नहीं. Let's go.
नहीं सर.
हेलो मैम. हेलो सर. सॉरी यू आर टू फेस दिस सर, बट आपको आपके कपड़ों में चॉइस नहीं मिली तो आपको इतना बुरा लगा. सोचिए ना मुझे कैसा लगता होगा जब मुझे मेरे करियर के लिए चॉइसेस नहीं मिलती. आई वांट टू बी अ गिटारिस्ट, बट मेरे पेरेंट्स नहीं चाहते कि मैं वो करूं.
मेरे भैया को टेनिस बहुत पसंद था. मेरे पेरेंट्स को अच्छा नहीं लगा तो उन्होंने अलाउ ही नहीं किया.
My friend, he is very good in maths, so my parents are always comparing him with me.
क्या सबको 90% आना जरूरी है? Does everyone need to be a topper? अगर मुझे डांस में इंटरेस्ट है तो मुझ पे 90% लाने का प्रेशर क्यों है?
जैसे आप सबको हर चीज की चॉइसेस मिलती है, मुझे भी मेरे करियर के लिए चॉइसेस मिलनी चाहिए.
बात तो सही है तुम्हारी बेटा.
आपको क्या बनना है बड़े होके?
मुझे एक सिंगर और एक डायरेक्टर बनना.
So you will be a director who sings. That's amazing.
रोहित शर्मा मुझे बहुत पसंद है. I like his full shot.
मुझे क्रिकेटर बनना था तो उस टाइम मुझे क्रिकेटर नहीं बनने दिया.
आप वही बनना जो आप चाहते हो. It's okay.
So this is all because of you?
Yes. ये एक टी-शर्ट सबको फिट नहीं होगी ना, तो सबको डॉक्टर बनना जरूरी है.
All right. So I will just go ahead. I hope you'll enjoyed this beautiful video. So I'll just tell you when you do a career counseling, what is the benefit which you accrue. So this is the benefit which you'll be getting when you do a career counseling session. So first and foremost, we have multiple sessions in which I try and work out what is your favorite subjects, where all you studied, what is your co-curricular activities, your likes, dislikes, what has been your score in the last exams, what is your online activities, what is your daily routine. So these things are checked in detail in the different career counseling sessions which we have. The parents are separately spoken to, the child is separately spoken to, because a lot of inputs I get from parents, because parents are the best persons who can give you the maximum input, whether the child is focused or if the child is very emotional, if the child is able to do the hard work which we are going to recommend for the child. So that is how the career counseling sessions go. Then what we do is we put the child through a psychometric assessment, which is also known as an aptitude test. So this psychometric assessment has got three parts. The first part is the aptitude. Aptitude will tell me exactly where the child stands as far as the marks of various subjects are concerned. We have numerical aptitude, your comfort with numbers or mathematics; mechanical aptitude, how comfortable you're working with machines or physics. Next is the verbal aptitude, how is your communication skills; your spatial aptitude, that is your design thinking, what is your design aptitude; and most importantly, your reasoning. What is your logical thinking? What is your problem solving skills? So these things are tested in the psychometric assessment, which is a 1.5 hour online assessment. And a 17-page assessment report is generated once you finish that, which will also talk about the most suitable career for you, the most suitable stream for you, the most suitable subjects for you in that automatically generated psychometric assessment. After that, you will be given an access to our career counseling website, which is a personalized website for you. You will have your login ID and password. There you can access this website. Either you can log in through your computer or you can also download the app in your mobile phone. Now, this website has got 550 plus career choices. About 6 months back, I had gone to a school at conducting a webinar for the students of a school. There were about 200 children who were attending. So I told them to type in what all career you want to follow. So somebody wrote doctor, engineer, data analyst, army officer, IAS officer, and all those. But 200 students put together, the maximum career options I could see were 20. When I talk about careers, we talk about 550 plus career choices. There are so many career choices which you wouldn't have even heard of, like ergonomist, GIS specialist. There's so many career options which you have. So when you have the access to the website, you'll have 550 choices. And with each career choice, you'll find details like what is that career, what you will be doing in that career, what is your likely salary going to be at different stages, from 10th standard or after 12th standard, what all courses, what all degree, what all certifications you can do, different pathways to enter that career, famous personalities in that career. There will be a tab find colleges. So when you click on that, all colleges in India and 15 other countries which is connected with this career, you will find. There will be another tab find entrance examination. So all entrance examinations which is connected with this career, like I want to become a data analyst. So what all entrance examination after 12th, what all entrance examination after graduation, both Indian and global, including their syllabus, important dates, you'll keep getting as notifications. So once you have access to this website, you don't have to look anywhere else. You just have to look at this website. Every day, you will keep getting notifications. Okay, today, IIT JEE entrance examination notification has come. This is the important date. This is the fees. This is the syllabus. Every detail. SMS and email notifications of all scholarship and entrance examination you'll get, so that you don't miss out on important dates. And then you will have somebody like me, or I will be there to guide you throughout your academic tenure, to tell you what is the most important thing for you at various stages after your 10th, after your 12th, during your graduation. You have any psychological issues, you just want to talk to me, most welcome. There's students who call me up and say about a month ago, 4:30 in the morning, I got a call from a girl student of mine who was almost on the verge of committing suicide. So she told me she is disgusted with life, and although we had a talk, and thankfully she's doing well now. And just because her friends were bullying her, nothing else. Her friends were troubling her. There was no other major issues. So then, if you are looking for foreign admission, again, large number of students look for foreign admission. So in case you're looking at foreign admission, then what all preparations you need to do, because your preparation for going abroad generally start from 9th standard onwards, which most of the students doesn't know, because when I apply for foreign universities, they ask your score from 9th standard, 10th standard, 11th standard, because while you're in 12th, in September, October, the foreign admissions cycle starts. The first round of admission starts in October. So again, you have to prepare a lot of co-curricular activities to do, social useful projects to be done. All these have got a lot of weightage. So guidance for foreign studies and unlimited follow-up and mentoring sessions. Whenever you want to just feel like talking to me, give me a message on my mobile. Within 24 hours, we'll fix up a call and I will be there to guide you at all your stages. So this is how you benefit when you take a career counseling session with me. And then the process I've already mentioned, there is something called a psychometric assessment which we do for the students. Just give me a second. I will just show you a copy of the psychometric assessment report. Just give me a few seconds. There's a lot of chat which is coming. I will take the questions in the end. Please allow me to finish. Another 5 more minutes, I will finish. Just give me a second. So this is the psychometric assessment report will be generated for each child. So this child's name is not relevant, is in 12th standard. So this is a report, 17-page report which will be generated. So this is the aptitude section. This is what I was mentioning about your academics. Your numerical aptitude, verbal aptitude, mechanical, reasoning, and spatial. So this child is a real brilliant child who scored all of them. The minimum is 7, the maximum is 8. The maximum score here is 9. So that is about the aptitude. Then comes your personality. So in personality, we test you for your learning orientation. The child is imaginative and experimental. Next is your emotional orientation. This child is sensitive, slightly nervous and anxious. Then we check your consciousness orientation, whether the child is focused or not. This is very, very important. Because if you're not focused, you will not be able to achieve anything. The key word in life is focus, nothing else. So here the child is not fully focused. Next is your attitudinal orientation, again, how you behave in a group. And last, whether you are an introvert or an extrovert. So this child is introvert. Introvert is all right. Most of the commerce students are introvert. Most of the science students are introvert. Majority of the humanities students need to be extrovert because most of the areas in humanities come for extroverts like mass media, communication, journalism, psychologist, lawyer, where there's a lot of public dealings required. Then comes your interest. So what all things you are interested in. Realistic means any field where you have to be physically active. Investigative means any field like science, research. Artistic means design, design, painting, artist, and all those. Social means any social impact. Enterprising means you want to do something independent. Conventional means you love to do something on your where you are very organized. And then we give the career cluster suggestions for you. So for this child, the highest was architecture and planning, which is 76%. As of now, the child fits into this. So this is how the psychometric assessment report is generated for each one of you, whoever takes the career counseling sessions with me. Now I will go back to the presentation and give me a few minutes, 5 more minutes. I am going to wind up and I will get on to your questions. Okay, so
I haven't realized it. Okay.
Okay. Somebody is not muted themselves. So, young boys and girls, can you look at this and do you know who is this? Can you just answer this?
Ronaldo.
Okay. Well, how does he make money? How does he make money?
Through football.
He plays football. Playing football.
Okay. All of you are right, but you are not fully correct. Ronaldo made 34 million by playing for Juventus and 47.8 million by Instagram posts. Okay, so this is what I just wanted to bring out. All of you thought he just plays football and makes money, but more than his football, he's made money through Instagram posts. Okay, now look at this. 2009, that is how the films used to be shot. Even majority of the shooting used to be done here. In 2021, 10 years, both the cameraman and pilot both have lost their jobs. The word is upgrade yourselves. Your upgrade is very important. Your skills are more important than your degrees. This is what I want to bring out. Next one, the world's highest paid YouTubers of 2020. 9-year-old boy called Ryan Kaji, who earned 217 crores in 2020. He's the highest paid YouTuber. 9-year-old boy. He just reviews toys on his YouTube channel. Okay. And he's the highest paid YouTuber, and there are so many others. So a lot of children come to me, they say, I want to become a YouTuber. I ask them, how many subscribers do you have to your channel? I also have a YouTube channel that's going live on the YouTube channel. So they say we have about 40 subscribers, 50 subscribers. At least till the time you don't have 4,000 subscribers, you will not be able to make money out of it. Simple. You can make money out of being a YouTuber like Ryan Kaji. But the fact remains, you need to have huge amount of subscribers. Next, Google. Did you know that 14% of the Google employees never went to the college? So remember, they are more interested in the skill rather than your degrees. Upskill yourself. That is what I want to basically tell you. Upskilling is mandatory now. You as students can do a lot of courses. Like right now, most of you are sitting, there is no classes going on. Go to online learning websites. There are there are certifications which are available for 500 rupees, 600 rupees. Fantastic certifications from good universities. So that is what it is. Upskilling is mandatory. Somebody had put in the chat, they wanted my mobile number. My mobile number is coming onto the top right, almost on all the slides. So you can make a note here. Somebody had messaged me. So I just want to put a quiz for all of you. This is a small quiz which I'm sure all of you will be able to take it. I will just post it. Give me a few seconds. I will just post it now. Not coming. What happened? So I posted the link on the chat. Sorry, it has gone privately to someone. Give me a second. Okay, so I put the link for a quiz. I just wanted to know how much you have grasped from here, and there are some very interesting questions. So can I request all of you? I can see 98 participants here. Can I request all of you just click on the link and click on this quiz right now? What you can do is your questions will be answered now while you are attending the quiz. So I will just go ahead and then I am almost finished. So request you all to take your quiz. And then here I have come to the last slide and thank you and Jai Hind. So before I take the questions, I'll request Jibin, if you're listening to me, we can stop the YouTube live. And after that, Jibin, are you listening to me? Okay, so we can stop the YouTube live and then I'll take on the questions. So thank you, all those of you all watching on YouTube. I will come to the chat section and I will just see what all questions have been typed by you. Just give me a second. Okay, somebody's asked, I want to become a commercial pilot. So what should